Hey, welcome to the Sunday preview for this Sunday, February 6th. And we've got a great reading from the Gospel of St. Luke, chapter 5. Let's read it. When the crowd was pressing in on Jesus and listening to the word of God, he was standing by the lake of Gennesaret. He saw two boats there alongside the lake. The fishermen had disembarked and they were washing their nets. Getting into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon, he asked them to put out a short distance from the shore. Then he sat down and taught the crowds from the boat. After he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and lower your nets for a catch." Simon said in reply, "Master, we have worked hard all night and have caught nothing. But at your command I will lower the nets." When they had done this, they caught a great number of fish, and their nets were tearing. They signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help them. They came and filled both boats, so that the boats were in danger of sinking. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at the knees of Jesus and said, "Depart from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." For astonishment at the catch of fish they had made seized him and all those with him, and likewise James and John, the sons of Zebedee, who were partners of Simon. Jesus said to Simon, "Do not be afraid. From now on you will be catching men." When they brought their boats to the shore, they left everything and followed him. Now, once again in the gospel, Jesus says, "Do not be afraid." And it reminds us of just how much we live by fear. And with regard to God, I guess some people are fearful of God's judgment and that they'll be punished for their sins. That's one level. You could be fearful, but we're not really dealing with that in this passage. We're dealing with the fear of people who were called by God to be disciples and to be his friends. There's something that makes Peter hesitate even about being that close to Jesus. Jesus is calling him to follow him in a kind of a radical way, to give it all, right? To be a total partner and friend of Jesus, and we're overwhelmed at that. So that's, I think, one level of the fear, right? I think there's another level for those disciples too that is relevant to us. We're very comfortable with what's familiar to us, what's we're accustomed to, what we've always done, the things that are around us. And we have a fear of leaving all that behind, the things that give us security and comfort. And when Jesus calls us, he's calling us to detach from all of that and walk in his footsteps. That's a little uncomfortable, and it can give us fear. And then there's another dimension to it that I think is revealed to Peter by the huge catch of fish, right? He knows this is not small time anymore, that Jesus has big expectations, that great things are going to happen, that huge miracles are going to happen. And that can make us a little fearful and uncomfortable too. And we're afraid to think big, right? God thinks big. And when we get with God, he amazes us and surprises us, but we're also afraid to get away from our small time thinking. That's another level of our fear, right? And then finally, he says, "You'll be fishers of men." And the gospel doesn't quite say it, but I bet you that even though they left their nets and followed him, they left everything behind, Peter was still a little bit afraid of that, because that means bringing others to Christ. And we're afraid to speak about our faith. We're afraid to challenge other people. That's a level of fear we all have, right? To go out into the deep water to make a catch of big fish. And Christ is always inviting us to overcome all those fears, because he'll be with us all the days of our life, and in every situation, and every difficulty, every circumstance. He'll be at our side. Do not be afraid.